your intuition will tell you what is needed for you. This is the concept. And my proposal is to maximize the capability to use your intuition so that you'll be able to move forward. So there might be several questions like why is that important, or how does the system work, and how do you compare that with logical thinking or analytical thinking. And I understand each of them that those will come to your mind. And actually, it's gonna be a long story or a long explanation needed to cover everything. So sometime I will talk about the detail, and it's actually written in this book, but still it's only briefly covering. However, so I'm not gonna answer each of them, but I tried to summarize and show you the bigger picture, and so that you'll be able to think about that, why intuition is important, how it works. And simply saying, we actually are living in that way. Most of the decision, or to be honest, maybe every decision we are making is based on that intuitive attitude or our intuition. Because we may analyze, we may learn from the past, we may think deep, and finally, okay, I'm gonna go this way, or I'm gonna buy this one, or whatever. You make a decision, and how can you explain that? You are just making a decision, and I think we can't argue that that is intuitive one. So how it happens is based on our learning, and the learning is coming from the 70 years of cognitive science papers and researches, and also a lot of experience and a lot of experiment that we have made over these 40 years. And of course, we know that Lou Tice is my teacher, master, who passed away 10 years ago. It's really 10 years. And also Dr. Tomapechi, who taught me about this in Japanese. And also I further developed that. And based on our experience and experiment, we know that our brain will help us know what is really important. And of course, that is explained by the function of RAS, reticular activating system, which is something like a filtering system that our brain possesses, and that it just decides what information to come in to our brain, let into our brain, and what to stop, block. And actually, we are surrounded, or Luddite said that we're bombarded by a lot of information, so many information which are actually not important because it's just there, but it's just there. So if you just accept all of them, your brain will kind of to overload it with that information. So it has to be selective. There's some important things at the moment needs to come in, and other things just needs to be hidden behind our unconscious. We don't need to know that. Like most of you are sitting on the chair, probably, and you feel the chair with your hip. Now you do, but actually you didn't until I say that. And now you do because I said that. Because I brought that to your attention and now you feel it. But of course, if I keep speaking 3 minutes after, then you don't recognize that. You just don't, because it's not important. It's not important for you to feel the chair with your hip or the back, but it is. And our brain is working in that way to hide the unimportant messages at the moment and just bring the important one. The reticular activating system is the system that enables your brain to do that. So I repeatedly mentioned the word important information. So your brain will just let the important information into your brain. And that will be the start for you to sort out and take the appropriate action at that moment. And the next question follows. How can you decide what is important? Well, if you are driving a car, of course, first thing is the safety. And of course, you need to be comfortable or things like that. But of course, the first thing is safety. If you start to feel like you get sleepy, you need to make a decision. You're gonna stop a car. You kind of drink coffee, or you start listening to the radio, or you can make a decision. But in any case, all the things is to drive it safely. So the most important things will be safety. So every moment you like this, you can find out what is most important. But there is another way for you to intentionally make your brain work in the appropriate way, and that is goal setting. If you set the goal, your brain will be channeled using the reticular activating system, and you can pick up the only necessary information for you to get close to that, because the goal is the most important thing. So like when you're driving car, going back to that one, when you're driving the car, of course, one thing is to getting to the place where you want to, but of course in the process, if you have the car accident happens, it's going to be terrible thing, so you have to avoid that. And of course, if you have a car accident, you won't be able to reach there. So it's a combination of getting to the place, reaching to the place, and also to reach it safely. So these two things are dominant goals. So you understand that if you set the goal, and your brain will start working towards that, and your brain will open so that the information will come in, and that is intuition.